It's the Monday Morning Show, coming at you on a Sunday morning from deep in the heart of America. Well, at least deep in the heart of California, which is kind of like America, and... oh, that sound tells us that it's time for another gun death. See, I can do that, just randomly insert the sound of gunfire and say it's time for someone to be killed by a gun. Because I know the odds of a gun death happening at the same time you listen to this is pretty damned good. According to the Brady campaign to end gun violence, about 100 Americans each day kill someone with a gun. That's 4 per hour. So my odds of being right increase every 15 minutes or so. It is with this in mind, and the fact that 90% of Americans support some form of gun control, that I figured it's about time I come out and say I am anti-gun. That's right, anti-gun. And you should be anti-gun too. After all, what do guns do that's supposed to be so great? They don't protect you. The statistics show that plainly enough. People with guns are 22 times more likely to be involved in gun violence. They don't save you money. The toll in hospital fees, legal fees, and on costs America $100 billion each year. What's supposed to be so great about guns again? Oh, right, I remember now. They're cool. As in, look at my big gun. It's bigger than yours. Guns are the ultimate compensation device. Guys with teeny little dicks love guns. They must. After all, what else is going to keep anyone from laughing at their teeny little dick? Google what's so great about guns and you won't come up with much. In fact, it takes some digging to come up with anything pro-gun because, as the statistics show, gun ownership in America has been on the decline. Sadly, though, those who own guns keep buying more and more of them as they slowly become distanced from the mainstream. Which only makes sense because, well, they're crazy people with a bunch of guns. But let's look at the arguments on the pro-gun side for a minute and see how they hold up. The first one is the biggie. We've all heard it before. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Which is just about the dumbest fucking argument anyone can make. Because those people kill people with a gun. It happens every day. A lot, too. That would be like Volkswagen saying, our cars don't pollute. People pollute. It's nonsense. Argument 2. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. I read that with a twang because that's the sound of stupid to go with stupid words. There are so many rebukes to this statement. We can start with, that's why we have police. Another good one is, gun control used to stop so many bad guys from having guns. Do you remember when the, quote, bad guys used to be criminals? Now, they're everybody. They're students, and bloggers, and workers, and fathers and mothers and children. They're everybody. They're anyone who might crack. We'd have fewer potential bad guys if we had fewer guns. That's right. Guns make you a bad guy. If you have no reason to have a gun, and I'm so lefty, I don't even think cops need them all the time, you're a bad guy. Deal with it. Third argument. It's a mental health problem. And I kind of have to agree with that. Anyone who needs a gun is crazy. What do you need a gun for anyway? Hunting? No, not in the 21st century. Sorry. And we've ruled out protection. One response I particularly love is when gun nuts say they are protecting themselves from the U.S. government. Listen, if you're that afraid of the U.S. government, move to some place that loves guns as much as you do. I'm thinking Syria. Or maybe you just join ISIS. Or how about you jump in a live volcano, you gun-crazy fuck? The last argument we've all heard a million times. People say they have the right to own a gun. Second Amendment and all that. Now, ignoring for a minute the incredibly childish reading of the Second Amendment that empowers these gun assholes, let me say that I don't care if you have the right to own a gun. Hell, I have the right to tell everyone I meet to go fuck themselves. But you know what? I don't do that because we're supposed to live in a civilized society. Act like it. The sad part is we've let these arguments pass time and again. We've just shrugged and said, well, I guess they have a point. They need their killing machine. No, they don't. Nobody does. If you're pro-gun, then you are pro-murder. You're pro-maiming. You're pro-death. I'm anti-gun, and you should be too. I don't like deadly weapons. I tend to take them seriously. I'm weird like that. I think we have a duty to each other, not just to our own paranoia. And that's all gun ownership is, fetishized paranoia. And I refuse to accept that from my fellow Americans. We're supposed to be better than that. So I say it's high time we shun anyone with a gun. We just stop entertaining them. If they want to be marginalized, I say we help them. We do the same thing we did with smokers. Take your gun and your pro-gun argument outside. You're not wanted here. It may be rude. It may not even be neighborly. But perhaps, once we get the pro-gun loonies to understand that being pro-gun is just unacceptable, we'll be one step closer to making this world a better place.